Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Against the Public for September 24th. I'm Dana Lane. Today, we'll go through my top Major League Baseball free plays for Tuesday, and then after the show, run on over to Pickdawgz.com, where I'll have my premium Major League Baseball and WNBA selections locked and loaded for Tuesday. Congratulations to everyone who jumped on last night's premium Major League Baseball plays. Wish we could have gotten at 3-0, but 2-0-1. We'll take that any day. And once again, thank you so much to everybody who jumped on board, and we'll try to duplicate that again tonight. You can jump on my single plays or my Tuesday MLB or WNBA 3-packs for just $49.99. And of course, every 3-pack and every individual play always comes with our Pick Dawgz win guarantee. In addition, there's only one way to get every play that I release, and that's to simply become an all-access member, and you can do that over the next 30 days for less than $11 a day. Check that, $11 a day, right? I got that right the first time. 90 days for less than $10 a day, or better yet, just jump on that annual all-access pass that gives you every play I release for the next 365 days. For what comes out to be about $3.70 a day. So you can throw it on your credit card, pay it off a little at a time, and sit back and relax and know that every play that I release in college football, the NFL, upcoming NHL, NBA, college basketball, Major League Baseball, every play gets delivered to you every single day for just $3.70 a day. Okay, let's get to our free plays for Tuesday. Remember, these are probable pitchers, so please confirm before placing your wager. We'll start things off at 1:10 Eastern Time, 9:13, 9:14. Tampa Bay Rays against the Detroit Tigers. Tigers minus $1.85, 7 under, minus 15 is your total. Ryan Pepio against Tarek Skubal. We'll start this off with the weather report. And it's not just any weather report, and I might be reaching a little bit here, but sometimes you got to be sharper than the professionals. I expect there to be rain, the 65% chance of rain in the Detroit area, and it looks like we're going to get rain early in the day. It's going to be a drizzle, and then it's going to start becoming a little bit heavier as the game goes on, if it does start on time. Now remember, a 65% chance of rain doesn't mean, well, there's a 35% chance it might not rain. No, that means it will rain, but there's 35% of the Detroit metro area that will not experience rain, but 65% will rain, or will get rain. So expect there to be some sort of a potential interruption of this game. Now, here's a couple things to think about when we're handicapping this game. As far as putting this on as a premium play, I would just stay away from this. But as a free play, it certainly is on my second tier, my second level of plays. Now, the rain, I think, could affect this outcome because A.J. Hinch has a few things to deal with here. First of all, they're holding that last wild card spot, so these games are very important. But does Hinch put Skubal out there on a day where he may not get a full outing out of him? Do you put him out there and kind of cross your fingers that the rain holds off, or do you push him back a day to ensure that your ace is going to be on the mound for as long as he possibly can? A normal start, not affected by weather. So it's very interesting here whether or not that he might shut him down for another day. And it's one of those things that might get pushed back a little bit later, or he might get pushed back a little bit late in the day. So what we want to do is we want to jump on this number right now, which is at 7, before he potentially makes a change, and maybe it jumps to 8.5 depending on who they put out there to start. Now, it's just pure speculation, and I am trying to stay a little bit ahead of what potentially could happen, and I'm also making sure that we get the best of that number. Remember, if you bet the game now at 7 and they change pitchers later on, I mean, it doesn't have any effect on your wager whatsoever. So I would say stay ahead of this. Even if Skubal does start, with this rain being a factor, and if they have to shut this game down, we know normally we don't want to go against Skubal, or a lot of times we want to go over that total when he's pitching, just because, I mean, he's got lights out stuff. I mean, he's a guy that can throw a no-hitter. But when there's potential of him being in there maybe 3 innings, maybe 4 or 5, depending on the rain, and if Hinch wants to ramp him back up after that, depending on how long the delay would be, I would think you would be very careful with cranking him back up again. So it might become a bullpen game a little bit earlier than normal when Skubal does get the start. Now we look at some professional actions so far. We see under wagers at Circa, BetMGM out of West Virginia, and BetUS. Under normal circumstances, I would tend to agree with that, but we're just going to try to be a little bit sharper on this and anticipate. And even if Skubal, say there's no rain on this, I still like the over, but I'm just kind of encouraging you to go out and get that number before a potential change would take place. We also have to think about how Kevin Cash would handle Pepio too. So, I mean, he's going to be a guy that they would lean on down the stretch as well. So very interesting. We see the listed pitchers, but at the end of the game, we may see a completely different scenario. And I think our best option is to jump on that over 7 right now, minus $1.05. Both teams have excellent bullpens for sure, but I still think you know how I feel about pulling the trigger on totals when they're 7. So far, the public money is all over the over, 68% of the money and 91% of the tickets, but we're going to go over the 7 minus $1.05. Game number 2, 6:40 Eastern time. We see the Chicago Cubs, game number 901, 902. Chicago Cubs on the road minus $1.20, 8.5 under minus 15. Justin Steele against Tanner Banks. Weather won't be an issue in this game, so we could just give this a straight handicap. But the Cubs in the over is the public choice so far. 79% of the money on the Cubs, 76% of the money on the over. Some sites, and this is why you always want to make sure, double check, who's getting the start. Some sites still have Taijuan Walker listed as the starter, but believe me, Tanner Banks will be getting the ball. Walker has been absolutely, horrific down the stretch and has imploded. So I think, they're going to have to determine whether or not, or what the plans are going to be for him as they approach the postseason. But Tanner Banks is going to get this game. The game is off the board as of right now. Probably be up there when you wake up in the morning, but there will be an official confirmation on starting pitcher. But just anticipate that Tanner Banks will get the start. Not sure who Tanner Banks is? Well, he'll be making his second start of the season, his 5th of his major league career. Doesn't mean he has not thrown a bunch. He is 1-2 this year with a 3.78 ERA, 5-6 with a 3.79 ERA over his career. But those numbers are almost exclusively out of the bullpen. He has not thrown 3 innings or more since September 3rd of last year. Or he has not thrown over 3 innings since September 3rd of last year. So this is definitely what will turn into a bullpen game for Philadelphia. Over his last 3 appearances, opponents are hitting .273 against the former Utah Ute. And Justin Steele, 5-5, a 3.03 ERA, just through 2 2/3 innings in his first start back from the IL through 57 pitches. I think he's going to be on a leash again tonight, but I think it's going to be lengthened. We might see him at the most throw 75 pitches, depending on his performance. This is going to be a bullpen game, probably for the last 4 innings, maybe 5 innings, depending on how things go. But at the end of the day, this will end up being a bullpen game. I'm going to go over 8.5 minus $1.05. 9:40 Eastern time, 9:09, 9:10. San Francisco Giants against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks minus $1.40, 8 over minus 15. Logan Webb against Brandon Pfaadt. Hard to find a ton of positive things to say when it comes to the Giants, especially just betting on the Giants. But I'm definitely in this one. It's not about the Giants. It's really about Logan Webb, and I think that he's going to be able to at least keep them in the game and give us an honest effort to get plus money on the road against Arizona. In his career, he's 7-4 against the Snakes. He's 2-0 as an underdog, and those wins are when the Giants are plus $1.20 or less, as they are in this game. Arizona plus 9.76 units this year, but most of their damage has come on the road, where they're plus 12.18 units, but at home 42-33 is certainly a good record, but minus 2.42 units at home. Fought is 10-9 with a 4.66 ERA. His recent form isn't pretty and perhaps should be a little bit worrisome considering Merrill Kelly just got lifted 3 nights ago. Looks like he's going to be okay. They say it's just cramps, but still, you never like to see that this time of year, especially when you're headed towards the postseason. Over his last 5 starts, Fought is just 2-3 with an 8.37 ERA. I'm going to go right back with the Giants tonight in the plus money, plus $1.15. So that does it for your Tuesday free plays. Please go to pickdawgz.com, get involved with one of my many available packages, including my all-access pass that gives you every play that I release for one low price. And before I go, I just want to remind everybody that the WNBA playoffs started on Sunday. We smashed Sunday's card to start the postseason. You can get I have a package up there right now. You can get every WNBA selection for just $99 from now until when they crown a champion. So make sure that you get involved in that if you're interested in the WNBA. It has been a fantastic season. Probably, arguably their best season that the league has ever had. So if you're interested in that, make sure you get all my plays from now to the end of the season. Also, take what we made last night in Major League Baseball. You can get a season pass from now until the World Series. Every play for just $199.99. So that includes the rest of the regular season, which is this week, and then the entire postseason, $199.99. And the reason why you're going to want to get involved, if you've been following me over the last 30 days, 60% winners documented on pickdawgz.com, plus 14.97 units won. So please make sure you get involved in an all-access pass, an MLB pass, NFL college football pass, whatever you do. Thank you so much for everybody that has so far and everybody that will tomorrow and the upcoming days. Here's our Tuesday free play recap. Tampa Bay Detroit over 7 minus $1.05. Chicago Cubs Philadelphia Phillies over 8.5 minus $1.05, and San Francisco Giants plus $1.15. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everybody who watches on a daily basis. Hit that like and subscribe button. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Tuesday.